I wasn't your typical villager. Sure, I loved to farm pumpkins and wheat just like everyone else, but I also loved adventure. I would spend hours exploring the caves beneath our village. I wasn't scared of the dark. I had a special knack for knowing where to find diamonds. Diamonds were the best.
One day, Morse was exploring a new part of the cave system. He had never ventured this far before. The air felt different here, colder. He could hear the faint dripping of water, echoing all around him.
I swung my iron pickaxe at a wall of cobblestone. A dull thud echoed. I swung again, harder this time. The pickaxe broke through. Dust filled the air. I coughed, then I gasped. Behind the broken wall was a small hidden chamber, and in the middle of the chamber, floating in midair, was a glowing purple object. It pulsed with an eerie light. I knew instantly what it was, an ender crystal.
Morse had only heard stories about ender crystals. They were said to be incredibly powerful, ancient artifacts with unknown origins. Some villagers believed they held the key to defeating the most fearsome creatures. Others believed they were too dangerous to even touch.
I cautiously approached the crystal. Its purple light seemed to pulse in sync with my heartbeat. I reached out a trembling hand. As soon as my fingers brushed against its smooth surface, a jolt of energy surged through me. I stumbled backward, landing hard on the cave floor. Images flooded my mind. Visions of distant lands, terrifying creatures, and a looming darkness. I had stumbled upon something bigger than myself, something that could change everything.
The visions from the ender crystal wouldn't leave Morse's mind. He knew he couldn't ignore them. He had to learn more. He packed his trusty backpack with all the essentials for a long journey. A stack of torches, some cooked pork chops, his trusty iron pickaxe, and of course the ender crystal. He knew it was dangerous to carry it with him, but he felt strangely drawn to its power.
I set off into the unknown. I journeyed across vast plains, dense forests, and treacherous mountain ranges. I encountered all sorts of creatures along the way. Some friendly, like the sheep and cows I could shear for wool and milk. Others not so friendly, like the hissing creepers and the bone-throwing skeletons that lurked in the shadows.
But Morse was brave. He had faced danger before in the caves beneath his village. He used his wits and his trusty pickaxe to overcome every obstacle. He knew that his journey was far from over. He could feel it in his bones. The ender crystal was leading him somewhere. He just had to trust his instincts. As Morse ventured further and further from home, the landscapes grew stranger and more beautiful. He found himself in a jungle so dense that sunlight struggled to reach the forest floor. Giant ferns brushed against his legs as he hacked his way through the undergrowth with his trusty pickaxe. He had to be careful not to anger the parrots that nested in the canopy above. Their squawks could attract unwanted attention.
I had heard whispers of a young villager carrying a powerful artifact. I knew I had to find him.
It was in this jungle that he met Ava. She was a skilled archer, able to hit a spider's eye from 50 paces with her bow and arrow. Deeper into the jungle, they stumbled upon a vast network of underground tunnels. The air was thick with the smell of mushrooms and gunpowder. It was here they encountered Jens, a master builder who could craft anything out of redstone.
I was initially wary of Morse and Ava, but I was also curious about the ender crystal. I agreed to help them on their quest.
As they traveled together, Ava and Jens taught Morse everything they knew about the world beyond his village.
The Blocklands prophecy, a legend whispered in hushed tones around campfires, speaks of a chosen one. A villager who would find the ender crystal and use its power to vanquish a great evil. The fate of the Blocklands rests on this hero's shoulders.
Morse listened intently, his heart pounding in his chest. Could he be the chosen one? The weight of the world suddenly felt very heavy on his young shoulders. Deep within a nether fortress, surrounded by rivers of lava and walls of blackstone, a figure stirred. Victor, a rogue wizard consumed by darkness, had been watching Morse's journey through his enchanted obsidian mirror. He craved the power of the ender crystal for himself.
With it, I could unleash the Witherstorm, a monstrous creature capable of consuming entire worlds.
Victor sent his minions to intercept Morse and his friends. Hordes of zombies, armed with enchanted swords and bows, swarmed through the forests and plains. Giant spiders descended from the trees, their 8 eyes glowing menacingly in the darkness. Blazes rained fire from the sky, but Morse, Ava, and Jens fought back with courage and determination. Each battle tested their friendship and their skills. Morse learned to harness the Ender Crystal's power, using it to deflect projectiles and create blinding flashes of light.
My arrows will find their marks with deadly accuracy.
Jens's redstone contraptions proved invaluable, trapping enemies in cages of pistons and launching flaming arrows across the battlefield.
We discovered that the true power of the Ender Crystal wasn't just in its raw energy, but in our ability to work together. We learned to anticipate each other's moves, to cover each other's weaknesses, and to combine our unique abilities.
The final showdown with Victor took place in a desolate wasteland, scarred by the remnants of ancient battles. The ground trembled as Victor unleashed the Witherstorm, a monstrous creature with 3 shrieking heads and a body made of swirling darkness. The air crackled with energy as the Witherstorm launched explosive skulls at Morse and his friends.
We can't give up now. We've come too far and fought too hard.
Remembering everything they had learned on their journey, they combined their powers in a final desperate attack. Morse used the Ender Crystal to create a shield around them, deflecting the Witherstorm's attacks.
My arrows will find their mark.
And Jens, with a final burst of redstone genius, activated a network of buried TNT, engulfing the Witherstorm in a blinding explosion. The dust settled, revealing a silent, still landscape. The Witherstorm was gone, reduced to a pile of smoldering bones. Victor lay defeated on the ground, his power broken. The Blocklands were safe, thanks to the courage and determination of a young villager and his newfound friends.
We did it. The Blocklands are safe.
As the sun rose over the horizon, casting long shadows across the wasteland, Morse, Ava, and Jens returned to the village, hailed as heroes. They had faced their fears, embraced their destinies, and learned the true meaning of friendship and teamwork. The Blocklands prophecy had been fulfilled, but their adventures were far from over. The world was vast and full of wonders, and they were eager to explore it together.